Sir, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, I'm Brigadier General retired Amir Avivi, Chairman and founder of IDSF, Israel's Defense and Security Forum.
Sir, how is the situation right now? As you said that you are still, as we talk, you are in a shelter.
Yes, so this morning the US and Israel launched a huge attack on the Iranian regime and all its capabilities with a clear goal of bringing down the regime and destroying its capabilities and liberating the Iranian people from this evil regime that has butchered them in the last months or two, tens of thousands that have been killed. The goal is clear. This regime needs to go, and these proxies needs to be dismantled. And we are in the beginning of this massive attack on the regime and its capabilities. And obviously, in this reality, now we see Iran also shooting ballistic missiles at Israel. So I'm speaking now from the shelter. We are waiting to see the Israeli air defense, hoping it will intercept these ballistic missiles that are on the way to Israel.
Sir, how do you see this conflict? Do you think it's going to advance further because Iran is going to retaliate in a big way? They have, in fact, vowed to give a retaliatory attack on Israel and America.
So it's already retaliating. We're in a war, but I think that the Israeli-American force is overwhelming, and I don't think the Iranians regime can really deal, with such a mighty force. So yes, we'll see shooting from Iran, and we'll have some challenging days. But I think that bottom line is very, very clear. This regime is going down.
Iran is also totally resolved, to retaliate in a big way. And do you think, are you capable to destroy the leadership and the other installations in Iran?
I think that, as I said, the goal is clear to bring a regime change. A regime change to really achieve it, it's a combination of the massive attacks on the leadership of the regime, on the infrastructure, on the revolutionary guards, but also on the nuclear ballistic capabilities and also on the Iranian Navy. The US president called the police, the army to lay down their weapons and surrender, promising that anybody who will stop fighting for the regime, will be absolved. And we see also the statement of the son of the Shah, Reza Pahlavi, sending a clear message to the Iranian people: get ready to go to the streets and fight. In order to do a change of regime, you need a combination. You need a combination of this massive attack, American Israeli, but also you need the Iranian people to rise and fight for their country. The US is attacking with no boots on the ground, only from the air, and the real boots on the ground are the Iranian people themselves, who have a real opportunity to completely change their fate.
But sir, don't you think this is, a non-provocative kind of a attack from Israel and America, because there was no provocation and there were talks going on between the America and Iran, and there is an allegation that Israel is trying to disrupt the peace process.
What we see from the intelligence is that the Iranians have started producing massive amount of ballistic missiles with the aim to attack Israel and the US. Very, very advanced ballistic missiles. They renewed the nuclear program and started rebuilding the nuclear sites. They're weaponizing to the teeth their proxies. You don't have to wait for them to be in full force in order to attack. They were not agreeing to anything. The demand was for them to take out all the enriched uranium. They refused. The demand was to dismantle the nuclear sites, and they refused. They wouldn't even speak about the ballistic missile program, and also they didn't agree to have any discussions about their proxies. So basically, these talks were going nowhere. The Iranians were moving towards a reality of really endangering Israel, the US, and the region. And therefore, I think Israel and US are doing the right thing. Also looking at the way they butchered their own people. How can we talk about not provocating when they killed tens of thousands of people, simply shot them on the streets and in the hospitals? This regime is evil, is dangerous, not only to Israel and the region, but to the whole globe. And the only way to stop this bloodshed in the Middle East is to have a change of regime.
So you are calling it as a preemptive strike, is it?
Well, obviously, it's a preemptive strike. We are not waiting for them to be in full force. And at the moment, the US and Israel are dealing with all these imminent threats that the Iranians are building.
Sir, what will be the off ramp? Because it will definitely create an instability in the Middle East and in the region overall. So, what will be the off ramp now? Because we saw the similar attack in June last year, where Israel has almost eliminated a lot of leaders from Iran. So, what will be the off ramp now?
We are moving towards stability, not instability. The Iranian regime is the one destabilizing completely the Middle East for years. And the only way to have stability in the region is to bring down this regime. Following that, there will be peace agreements, there will be stability, and they are completely different reality. So it's worthwhile fighting for a few weeks. It's worthwhile eliminating this regime and liberating the Iranian people and really bringing to Iran democracy and freedom and not having this evil regime calling the US the big Satan and Israel the little Satan and terrorizing the whole Middle East.
But don't you see it as an intervention in the internal matters of Iran? Because changing of regime is their internal matter. Don't you think that?
Don't I think what? Sorry, I couldn't understand.
Don't you think changing of regime or a regime is an internal matter of Iran? Why is Israel and America interfering in that?
Because Iran, it's not just about some internal issues in Iran. This is about Iran trying to reach nuclear weapons and shoot Israel with nuclear weapons. This is Iran building ballistic missiles that reach Europe and want to reach also the US. This is Iran trying to take control of all the main strains in the world, including Bab el Mandab, including trying to undermine Morocco and take over Gibraltar and also obviously they're weaponizing of terror armies all over the Middle East. Iran is not just dealing with itself, it's terrorizing the whole globe with terror cells in many, many countries. So it's not just an internal issue of Iran. This is a global problem and a regional problem, and it needs to be dealt with. It's
My last question: how long do you think this is going to prolong?
a good question. You know, once you start a war, it's hard to say exactly how long. I would assume but probably a few weeks. It will depend on the success of the attack. It will depend also on the Iranian people and the way they will rise. But I would assume that probably a few weeks.
Thank you so much for talking to us and updating about the current situation. Stay safe, sir, and we are going to come back to you